At the end of the day, the interviewer wants to understand how you think.
We'll kick the next question specifically to Alberto. I think I'd love to hear a little bit about, what are your best tips for helping individuals stand out during the case portion of the interview process?
Yeah, good question. I'm going to give you two answers to that: how I do it and how I generally recommend to do it if we don't work personally. Okay. First of all, I think you need to understand something here, guys. The case portion of these firms is a long process, comprehensive process, and there are several skills they are checking. Okay, and it's completely normal. It's super common. I've seen this very few times. I mean, to not be super perfect in all parts of the case. Okay. However, there are certain parts of the case where you need to stand out as the rest of them, the one that normally you have troubles with. You need to meet the bar at a certain level. Okay. A lot of people are putting attention on meeting the bar on all the dimensions. But definitely what I focus with my coaches here is not only to meet the bar, but also in the areas where they have the strengths. If they have super good structured thinking, or they are good connecting the dots, or they are super strong in the math analysis, make sure that they double down and they shine in that part. So definitely focus on the strengths, meet the bar on the rest, but focus on the strengths as well, because you need to stand out in certain parts of the case. Okay. And as a general tip, try to understand what are the fundamentals, what are the interviewers really looking for and assessing, because you can't imagine, guys, how many myths and misinformations I'm hearing on a daily basis coaching people. Like, the important thing is reaching the final result. Like, you have like 2 minutes and 32 seconds to craft your structures, crazy things like that are very far from what the interviewers are really looking for and assessing and using to make the decision. So make the time to really understand what the recruiters, the interviewers are looking for on those processes.
Awesome. Thank you, Alberto. Elea, anything to add on this one?
I think at the end of the day, I echo everything that Alberto said. That's 100% right. I think the one thing I'd add would be, at the end of the day, the interviewer wants to understand how you think. The cases are designed to see, are you able to be structured in approaching a problem? Do you have the right intrinsics to be able to think analytically, think conceptually, have the math skills to know when things are like way off or like ballpark it. I think the other thing is that your interviewer wants you to do well. So listen to them and take their steers, because they will help direct you if you go off track. And if you pick up and if you really are in tune to what they're saying, you can typically get back on course if you do go off.